I mean, unless you choose Goths, have them collect the elephants and then sling the food.
You could do that.
You could do that. I've seen it once before.
And no one could predict that.
All right, guys, welcome to game number... Hold on a second. Do they have... Okay. I was confused because I couldn't see the starting TC placements on the Fog of War, but of course it's a Nomad start. Welcome to game 3. This is on the map Step, and this is between SY and this is between LoS, Brazilian squad. Whoever wins this best of 5 today advances to the semifinals versus Aftermath. That is very, very important stuff. For SY, who played very well despite losing last time, we have Licks at the flank sorry, I can't speak. As the flank, playing as Mongols. The pocket then is Yo. Yo is playing as the Magyars in the green. And then the flank is Vivi playing as the Koreans. Oh boy.
We've seen this one
We've
before.
seen this before, yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Vivi is going to be up against Miguel. Poor Miguel. He is Spanish, so he does build his towers faster at least. His pocket then is Riet. Riet playing as the Chinese. And then the flank is Dogao. Dogao playing as the Saracens.
That's a really weird pick for me
Saracens,
on this map.
yeah, I agree.
You have a bunch of closed off maps where slinging is an option and where using the market effectively is an option, and it is a very nice bonus, and you've chosen Saracens on a really open map.
That was my first thought as well. I feel like this would be a good civilization for the next map, which is a beach fight where you can wall up the Saracen player and just sling.
Or for that other map, the other closed off one. The really small one, I forget what it's called.
The No Socotra one, where you can buy the stone and tower rush? Yeah.
Oh, Licks lost a villager! He's dead! He's dead, Jim!
Where is it?
And the elephant's body collapsed on top of the dead Licks villager body. I think we might see a re here.
That's one way to hide the evidence. Yeah, there was a pause, which normally indicates a team has thought about calling a restart, which we haven't seen yet today. I think the positions are really good for SY, though. They have Yo as Magyar pocket. They have Mongol flank, and of course Mongols can hunt faster, so they can advance.
And the Koreans on the flank.
And Vivi as Koreans as flank. Yeah, so if they call a restart, they could possibly have Vivi as pocket. And while it's still possible he could go forward like he did last game, it wouldn't be the best idea.
I guess maybe they're not calling a re?
I think if they have any other civ, they discuss it. But seeing as Mongols advance faster to the feudal anyway, you can lose that villager and get away with it. That's my thought anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, Brazil could be thinking about Saracens being on the flank and not liking that. Maybe they want a Spanish pocket because Spanish are a fantastic pocket civ. I mean, Brazil was the team that paused it, so maybe they were discussing that.
How brutal is this? Licks' villagers taking the food from that elephant with the dead body of their comrade just mixed in there. Some contamination right there.
Like, this elephant tastes different, Bill. Like, I swear it's fine.
I like it. It's weird.
Or, this is really good. What'd you do to the elephant this time? Like, nothing. Special preparation.
Where's Jim? He didn't make it.
Okay, well, on this map, there are zebras. Especially when you're Mongols, you're going to want to hunt these. Everyone's going to be doing this. Now, it's good that with this map, you start with a horse instead of a scout. That way the scouts can't gang up on the villagers. But the horse has a small line of sight, but not big enough to save Dogao's horse there. And now Licks can have some human, some elephant, and some horse. Has a balanced diet, guys. No fruit, though.
You're plenty fruity enough.
Dude, I am cringing. I love Vivi. I think Vivi's one of my favorite players. He's a fantastic player, but I know what's coming, and I despise Koreans, so I am just cringing. He doesn't have the food. That does delay his uptime.
Yeah, he's going to be really slow up to feudal age. That's...
But
he's still gonna be ahead of Miguel by a significant margin. I just wonder where he goes first, right? Like, you go to the woodlines because the TC is so close to the gold.
Yeah.
But those stones are far away from the TC, so
that's true.
Do you cut those off first, or do you go to the mill? like he did the one game. He's going to the mill. Tower the mill.
Oh man, I feel bad for Miguel because last game he was in a position where he just had to survive, and he is in that position once again. He's a solid player, but this happens in team games. And Vivi with the Vil Micro has actually been pretty good. He's using the horse. Oh, I thought he was going to use the horse to block that
was such an
Vil.
epic play.
Yeah, that would have been smart.
Game that couldn't work out, but he knows he has to go back. He's got even numbers with weaker villagers.
This is actually very good for Miguel because it's all down to stopping the first tower when a tower rush is incoming. He is collecting some stone, so he's preparing for this. On the other side, then, we have archers for Lix, and that archer range is so forward. It's right next to Dogal's base. Dogal, luckily, is on stone, so he can build towers, and his wood is behind all of this. And then Riet will, I assume, go with scouts from pocket. And
look at how
Mr.
fast
Yo is going to do the same.
Those towers go up. Look at that.
Yeah, I'm going to try and look away as much as possible because Koreans make me salty. There's no way to stop it, man. And I'm glad that top players are being more outspoken about how ridiculous it is. They actually build faster than Spanish, and they get all the other tower bonuses. So I think Miguel will be forced to build towers prior to seeing where Vivi places his, and that's exactly what he's doing.
2 towers. Very nice.
This is good. Good decision.
I think Doubt did this the last time when on this same map when Vivi was Koreans, and I think if I remember correctly, it didn't even make a difference because Vivi would like double stack towers against each other to counter it.
Yeah, it didn't make a difference at all. And he's going to build this tower. I think Miguel has done well. He's not going to push back. He just has to not die. He's done well. Vivi will, of course, place more towers, and he will need the stone for it, but he has prepared for... Well, yeah, he's prepared for that. You see how early he's building the towers, Dave? Miguel has done a good job.
It's really good from Miguel.
Yeah.
That's really, really good.
Yeah. Speaking of very good, look at these villagers from Riet having to run away as Lix has arrived with a spear and an archer. He's not going to kill a villager here, but he is harassing.
Yeah, no fletching. It's going to be really tough to get her.
Dogal is going to kill 2 of Lix's archers as well. Right next to his stable there. Yeah, will she survive the spear? Nice. But... Oh, I thought Dogal would kill those. I'm surprised he wasn't able to get a pick off there. So I think we should start talking about it now, Dave. Miguel is defending. So if he defends well enough, does he fight or does he sling? I feel like he's forced to sling.
Yeah, because... he's on stone, dude. Maybe if he gets up to Castle Age, you go into Conquistadors, and then you can start... You don't even have to worry about hitting Vivi. You can start running all over the map and picking off stray villagers.
Yep. Good point, good point.
So maybe even Ryut has to think about...
slinging.
Or just even giving him a bit of resources to get those rolling.
That's true. The farm space is... well protected. Vivi is just
or
repairing
Dogao,
his towers.
actually. Dogao should sling if anyone was going to
Saracens,
sling.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
He should. Now, Dogao and Riet going to try and kill Yo. Yo is building a watchtower on the zebras. Yo could lose these vills. He's just now arriving with a spear, but he's going to lose at least 1 villager here.
Probably 2.
Yeah, 2 more than likely, and...
he's getting some great picks, though. He got some really
spear.
good hits on that.
It could have been so much worse for him, and now they're running towards Riet's base, Yo and Lix, that is, and they haven't found anything. I like how Brazil has built early towers. They have lots of towers up to defend from any attack.
What's Vivi up to? He's garrisoned the towers, but he's only built 2, so he's kind of canceling out Miguel.
Yeah, this is just
want to see his resources are really low, really low.
He's repairing the towers, man. It's
great defense from Miguel.
Yeah, Miguel
really
deserves a lot of credit because he's at a big disadvantage. But any other civ, imagine if Spanish was pocket, if Miguel was pocket and Riet didn't have the faster building as Chinese, trying to do the same defensive strategy. I don't think it would be possible. Just look at this. This should not exist. I'm hoping that after Battle of Africa, and I think there will be, they will change some of the balance to Koreans specifically. Dave, you called it. coinage for Dogal. He's gonna sling.
Yep. Makes sense, because, like, he's pretty safe there. He's pretty safe until Lix gets to Castle Age and can start ranging the villagers without any threat.
Yep. Everyone is pretty safe. Miguel has built lots of defensive towers. He's won the tower war as well. I'm saying that Vivi is going to commit 2 villagers here. He needs to be careful because we could just see another tower from Miguel.
Vill is at 1
Yeah.
HP. Yeah, he's dead.
The score looks nice for SY, but I think it's because they have a lot of military, but they haven't been able to do anything with that military. Defensive towers and walls from Brazil. Oh, here comes Mr. Yo. Mr. Yo trying to snipe that stable bill from Riot, who I guess was receiving the resources from Dogal. Riot is the one who received the sling, and he's going to go into Knights and Camels.
You know, say what you will about the failed Trush or whatnot,
Yeah.
Vivi still even almost on villagers with Miguel. Like, there's about half a villager difference there.
Yeah, you can't really win in this situation. You just have to survive. And I got to give Miguel a lot of credit for how he's played this. Vivi... I don't know, does Vivi build a market now and try and sling? Yes, he does. So, I think Yo, this is really important. He saw the second stable from Riot, and he said, okay, hold on a second. He's not going for more Feudal Age scouts, so he's gotta be receiving sling from Dogal, or somebody, and going up for a faster castle. We can't allow what happened last game to happen again. So Vivi, hope you had fun with your towers, but you're gonna start sending me resources, and I'm pretty sure that after the market goes up, we will see just that.
I think Lix needs to go. Vivi needs to ungarrison those vills. Lix put some archers in those towers, and
That's true. Yep. Vivi, that way Vivi would be able. What are you doing, Lix? Lix, what are you doing?
he's gonna try and kill the villagers, or just not even.
Is that worth it though?
I don't know. And Vivi's losing villagers at the middle. We got the scouts from Riot still doing work.
Riot was the MVP last game. He played so well, and they're gonna put it all on his shoulders again.
Right under Vivi's TC. No response.
Yeah.
Little bit delayed. Just a little. Tiny bit delayed.
Riot's just running away. He doesn't want these scouts to hit him or his allies, so he's gonna distract these units. If he can find a place to attack a vill, he might go for it. It's worth noting that Yo is on the way to Castle Age. So Yo can go with the Magyar Knights, which are stronger than Chinese Knights off the get-go because of the extra attack. It is also worth noting that Lix will soon be on his way to the Castle Age, and
I think
Dogal
Vivi is not slinging. Vivi is not slinging, man. He's going up to castle. He's gonna put some castles down.
Yeah, he's buying res.
Miguel.
Right. He's buying res.
Yeah. He's like, it didn't work last time. There's no way I'm slinging again.
Well, now that I think about it, it seems like a good decision because the harassment has really paid off. Miguel's stuck in feudal. Vivi's on the way to castle. Lix will be on the way to castle. So it'll be 3 people in Castle Age for SY, and it will just be Riot for Brazil. So Riot's on 3 stables. He can do a heck of a lot of damage, but he only has a short window, and then as long as SY holds, they'll be able to push back so much stronger.
Lots of credit to... Oh, Miguel's getting hit at the back there. Lix snuck in with the archers, taking him off stone. I was going to say lots of credit to Miguel, realizing how important those stones are at the front.
Yeah.
And that area of his base. And he's already, like, pre-walling there with stone walls.
Yep. He did exactly what he needed to do. He had to start building towers before he even saw Vivi build one. Nice job from Riot, just sending 1 knight here to clean these archers up. He's also going after Yo. Yo has quick walled all of his economy. If there's one hole, we saw what can happen last time. Villagers will die pretty quickly.
Really good job from SY again. The last time we saw this map, when Tata was ahead in the Tyrant series,
yes,
he was up first to Castle Age, and he was constantly being distracted.
Yeah.
And good job from SY distracting Riot again this time.
With just the archers from Lix, he killed a Vill, and he distracted the gather point for Riot stables, so he has these knights in Miguel's base, so you're definitely right. And they've also prepared themselves for the night attack by lots of walls. And I think that now with monks and knights from Yo, They're going to be pushed away. Let's keep in mind that Lix is Mongols, and he can go for camels. This is going to be tough for Brazil. Still, Riot has a lot of numbers, but he hasn't found any victims yet. Hasn't killed anything in Castle Age with his knights.
Oh, Vivi forced to, because of the knights from Riot, forced to drop the castle at the front. He's going to have to quick wall that too.
Yeah.
There we go.
Did he do that intentionally? I think he misclicked. Sent all the vills out of the TC. He's struggling because he's trying to quick wall. He just needs some help here from Lix or from Yo. But that castle will for sure go up. Now the knights from Riot being tracked. Lix building an extra town center. And these knights coming in towards the town center. These woodlines are really difficult to wall off. Yo, Riot's momentum is nuts at the moment. He could kill the TC from Vivi if Vivi doesn't get some help. And yeah, okay, the castle goes up.
Riot's army control under Sling and army production
has been good.
Ridiculous the last 2 games.
It's funny.
Like, look at the military counts. Crazy. He's got like full upgrades for those things almost too.
Looking back to when it was Tyrant versus SY, Riot back in the day was the number 2. Like, if it wasn't Viper carrying the games, it was Riot carrying the games. So he's quality. Yeah. He just hasn't been around too much recently, so people have maybe forgotten about what he's capable of.
That town center by Vivi.
A
little aggressive.
TC, yeah. A forward TC. Care. But you have to commit to the sling. I'm the wagon.
That's one wagon defending the TC.
So, I'm watching the Vill counts. Miguel has just hit castle, and he has stone to build a castle, so he's gonna go with conquistadors. It'll be conquistadors and knights versus knights and camels and just a few war wagons from Vivi, which won't contribute too much.
I prefer conks and knights to that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Now, I'd also prefer to have 3 players in the Castle Age, but with how Riot is playing this, the fact that he's adding so much eco while he's receiving Sling, he could do exactly what we saw last game and click up to Imp fast. And Dave, he's going to do it. I think he's just lacking the building, so he's going to click Handcart first.
Yeah,
this is almost a repeat of last game.
If SY walls here, and if Riot is forced to use his early Imp advantage to, like, try and go up against castles and fortified positions, then maybe it can work out for SY, and they can hold long enough until they're in Imp. But if they leave it open like this, Riot can just run around picking off villagers, killing eco.
If Riot plays it right, it's going to be tough to stop him. And you can't really wall off a base like this either. Yo has tried, but it gets more and more difficult the more eco you add. And Lix not expecting the knights to arrive here. He got 1 conversion, but he loses 3 monks, and now he has to garrison his town centers. Riot is on the way to Imp, and LoS playing this so well, and I think they recognize, okay, Dogal, you can make your way to Castle Age now. Riot does not need the sling. He has 81 vills, and he's on his way to Imp.
Riot losing a lot of army over there, though. Going to lose all of that, I think, if he doesn't get out now.
But I think the issue will be there's no one attacking Riot. Riot can afford to produce more and more knights, and he's keeping SY at home. It's just a distraction aspect to it, I think. I could be wrong on that,
Here come the conks now from Miguel. He's got a couple forward there. Yo might be able to convert them.
Ah, yes, I see that.
Maybe not.
Oh, there's enough conks there to snipe the monks, and yeah, great job from Yo to get 2 conversions. And there's that castle you wanted from Lix.
And Vivi is just wandering around. I don't know how he got in Miguel's base with those wagons, but he's there, I guess.
Yeah, I think I found the path. There's a house with 5 villagers around it for Miguel. Vivi trying to distract Miguel now. I like it. I like it. But he shouldn't do too much with this. You know, the difference between last game and this game is that Miguel is actually alive, and I feel like he will stay alive. You know what I mean? Because Riot's going to be an Imp. Miguel has defended well, and before he just full walled, he didn't have any form of defense. This time he has a castle, he has conks.
Yo's about to click up.
That should bode well, but yeah, if Yo clicks up, Magyar, Paladins, Gonna be pretty strong. And Lix as well. I mean, he's far from Imp, but if they can get him to Elite Mangadai, then I think SY has the advantage. And I should point out that though Vivi hasn't been doing too much damage to Miguel, he's distracted Riot's Knights, he's distracted the Conks from Miguel, and also, look at the forward position he has, Dave. Taking that gold, that's very good. There's 2 golds here, and he has control of them. So is Dogao just gonna sling from Castle Age? He's getting banking now. I think he will just sling from Castle Age. There's no other reason to get banking. Banking just reduces the tax even more. Yo still needs to wait for the Imperial Age. Riot has Cavalier. This is his time. Lix trying to get closer and closer to Imp. Does not have the food for it. And Vivi with another forward castle, Dave. Okay.
Just taking map control. I think he knows that Riot is going to be focused on the other side.
Yeah.
So he might as well push forward over here while he can.
Lix building another castle. Riot forced back. Now he is going immediately for Rams. So with Rams, he should kill Lix. Unless Yo can arrive and help. And Yo is not yet in Imperial Age. So he has to wait for Imp. He has to get Cavalier to be on par with what Riot has.
The problem with Riot here is that he can't. Chinese can only go so far with Cavalier, right?
You're right. Yeah.
And he's gonna need something else. Like if they take out the Rams, what's he gonna do with the Cavalier?
He's gonna go into Chukonu. He has his second castle now.
But that's a long time.
Yeah,
that takes a long time. That takes a lot of resources.
He is receiving that sling. Now look at Vivi with these war wagons. Now this is a number I can get behind.
Yeah, Miguel on the way to Imperial Age. Vivi is not.
Yep. Vivi will probably end up repairing his castles like he did those towers. Siege Ram for Riot, maybe waiting for Siege Ram to take the engagement. Yo is just about to hit Imp, and Lix is clicked up as well. I think Riot's forced to fight this. He has to try. Every single conversion will help. There's even 2 conquistadors from Yo that he converted earlier.
Find a way to take out those Rams. Just find a way to kill those Rams.
I think that you have to accept that this castle will go down, even the TC, and just build more if you're Lix. Just don't die. Keep the castles up. Cavalier and plate barding's on the way for Yo. Will it be too late? He is going to go for the Rams, like you said.
And Riot's in no man's land here in between those castles.
Yeah. I don't know if he could push much further. Yo is buying himself the time, and I should point out that since Yo is Magyars, he gets the extra attack, so he'll have more attack than Riot will. Riot does not have that attack upgrade coming in, but Riot's going heavy camel. And he's building a 3rd castle. Lix doesn't have many Mangadai. Also, he doesn't have many upgrades on the Mangadai.
Vivi on the way to Imperial Age as well now.
This is so close, man, because it's possible for either team. It's honestly all down to if Riot can continue to push or not. If he gets held, then it's big, big trouble for Brazil. Wow. Yo,
Vivi with another castle. He's gonna push Miguel, and I think Miguel's gonna be in trouble here. He's going into Cavalier.
But as you said, it takes time. It takes time to get to units when you're tech switching now.
Getting cleared up now.
Oh, Riot doesn't have numbers anymore. This is good for SY, man. This is so good for SY because Riot is receiving Sling, and it is not going to be enough. And these Mangadai aren't even elite yet.
I know there's important stuff going on there, but can we look at the bottom corner of the map? The 1 scout from Yo. 2 villagers going to build the market, a trade cart.
Yeah, that's huge. I love the way Miguel has noticed this, and he's sending these vills away so he can build his markets with the other vills. That's
just the little things that happen that these players are so good at.
Like we rarely look at economies at this level. We only have the overlay for eco, but that as well, and the way they're building their walls and every single unit position and building position. Like earlier with Vivi's towers, how they were just in range of the towers from Miguel. But here comes Miguel, man. He has Cavalier. Vivi's... he's on a lot of war wagons. but he's repairing his castle. And a third trebuchet now coming out for Miguel.
Vivi's economy is looking really strong too.
Yeah. The issue will be if he loses the front, he loses access to the golds, and he loses 2 castles. And while war wagons are strong and tanky, they're just too expensive to get to elite. So you're just depending on your regular upgrades, and that castle will drop for him. No transition yet for Riyadh. He's been using the castle for trebuchets.
Here comes Yo over to help Vivi. Maybe once he takes out those trebs,
Yeah.
can have a chance here. I think he definitely needs Halberdier. Yeah, he's teching into it now.
Every single time SY has Yo as pocket, it is going to be a good position for them. Yo was his flank last time, and he's doing so well as pocket. He's picked off 2 of the trebs. Will it be 3? They've put up all the trebuchets to save Lix's castle, and at the same moment, castle's going down for Vivi.
That's an issue there. He needs to get the Halberdiers. He still has that 1 castle at the back.
Yeah.
Yo gave resources to Lix, so Lix can get elite Magidai.
Okay.
But I don't know if he has the numbers.
He does not
here,
have the numbers, and there's another trebuchet for Riyadh. Of course, Riyadh and Miguel can receive full sling. That's the only reason Miguel has Paladin on the way.
But now he's got elite Magidai. He's got most of the upgrades.
He'll kill the Rams. The light cap from
This is
Yo.
going to snowball if Riyadh's not careful here.
And will Miguel be able to push? He's continuing his push. It's very awkward for Yo now. He's needed on both sides. He's definitely
Vivi is
needed.
badly housed too.
Yeah, he's definitely needed on Vivi's side. Look at all the villagers building stuff for him. He just built a... Now, this is his early castle, but it's going to go right down. He's building a new one, and that could go down. I think that Lix will be fine. Lix can kill trebuchets with the Magidai. He's maybe lacking Parthian tactics, but he will be fine. It's all on Yo now, and Yo, he sent those resources to Lix, might not have the resources to send help this way. Vivi, one of the strongest SY players, being hit again, and gotta give credit to Miguel for being able to push back like this after that tower rush came in.
Those 4 trebs! The 4 trebs from Miguel!
The line cap!
Yo!
And they're gonna be Hussar soon as well. So that actually halts the push a bit. The Paladins can still hit eco, and Yo is needed, but this will halt the treb push a little bit. Man, it's so tough to call here.
Now.
Yeah, Yo
micring his units on both sides.
This is so tough. Halbs next to the Magidai of Lix. Now he needs to get some Halbs over here to help Vivi out. Vivi just needs to wall in his vills, honestly. He's trying to go Halberdier, which is something he needed a long time ago. He didn't have the resources to tech switch, though. Wow, so this treb war is going to be crazy. We have Chuko news now for Riyadh, so he is switching into that, which is definitely nice. He chews up those Halbs. It does make it awkward for Yo. I just think this is good for Brazil because they have map control. You see how early they've started the trade.
Also,
they have more trade, and they're keeping Yo on the run.
Potential big play at the top. Lix went to go wall, and Dogao got 3 villagers in there before he could wall.
Oh, wow. And is he going to castle that? I don't think he'll get away with it. What is he going to do with those 3 villas? He might sneak them into the back. He is in castle age, so...
Oh, Vivi's in trouble too. Oh, jeez, he's trying to drop a castle at the front there.
Vivi at 81 population. Yo's just not getting Paladin, but look at his eco.
And Yo's economy is getting wrecked.
Wow. Crazy. There was a moment there for SY. They have the elite Magidai they want. They've also killed a Riyadh castle, but are they taking too big of losses to these Paladins from Miguel? I think they are, man. And of course, Halbs are great for his Paladins, but Miguel doesn't have to fight them. He can just run around them. And he has conks, he has hand cannons he can add in to kill those hand cannons then. And now Lick's getting coinage. They're going to start sending resources back and forth, but it might be too late.
And look at what Dogao's doing with those 3 villas. He's walling off that area.
Oh, if he can gate it, I think it'd be important to pay attention and just gate it. Because you might not have the time to wall it. That would be so smart. The engagement here. Look at Riyadh. The elite Chuko Nu, the Cavalier, the Rams.
Just killing everything.
Just chewing up the Magidai from Lix. And that was the one great thing they had going for them here. The Trebs will die. I think Riyadh will lose his castle, and he will. But fact is that SY is not pushing back at all. They're only being pushed, and they're being pushed on Every side. 69 villagers for Vivi. They're down in trade. I guess it's down to Yo and Lix. I don't know if they can get the trade numbers up to produce paladins and to produce Mangadai, but Vivi once again just trying to stay alive. And there's the gates! That's a sick play from Dogal. Now the trade is... It's running through the wood line. Makes things even more difficult.
It can make it through there? Holy.
Yeah, I guess it's good that they can make it through there, but it's also awful because a lot of this trade might go into the line of fire. Oh, Yo, coming to pick off Trebs again, but how many paladins is he gonna lose to do that? Brazil, they had a game plan, they've executed well, and now Dogal, he's gonna stop the sling, he's adding siege workshops, and he's gonna hit imp soon, Dave.
Yeah, Riot's getting Bombard Tower too, so we're gonna see the optimal Chinese push coming here.
Yeah.
BV, I don't know what he's doing at the bottom. Man, you've got 69 villagers, VV.
The quick wall, trying to build a castle here. I think that Miguel wanted to do the same. He saw the early castle. He has villagers there. I'm not too sure what they're up to, but what I am sure of is that Riot has been playing ridiculously well the last few games.
Yeah, out of his mind
Yeah,
here.
seriously. I've seen him play other games
Dogal
in
going
this
into
tournament.
Onager now.
Riot has
to support him.
Has just hit another gear these games.
Oh, look! They made it through Dogal's walls at the back, but Dogal's like, okay, I'll just gate again.
Oh, wow. And at the same time, Vivi losing his castles. He's gonna lose the villagers and the Haubs here. I don't see any way back for SY now. Look at the trade difference. 53 trade cards for Riot. Yo is just sacrificing Paladin after Paladin to kill Trebs and to kill Onagers. And
It's got a Bombard Tower right underneath that castle, too.
yeah.
Oh.
It's just a matter of time until the Trebs come back out, and here we go. Riot is adding the Trebs. And I don't think Lix has the Mangadai number to snipe these. Their trade is inefficient. Vivi, the player who was so dominant in game 1 and has been so dominant in this tournament for SY, he is yet again on the back foot. Everywhere you look, there are Brazilian units, and I think we are closing in on the end of this game, Dave. I am not convinced with the numbers from SY. I don't see how they could do this.
Yeah.
Now, I said that around 30 minutes last time, and the game lasted to 1 hour and 10 minutes game time, so if that happens again, we still have a lot of game left. But it almost looks worse this time, in a way.
Yeah, Vivi just can't stabilize here.
Yeah.
And this side is just gonna die completely, and I mean, the other side doesn't look too good either. Riot with 5 Bombard Towers.
Yeah, and that'll protect his Trebs. We have Siege Onager on the way for Dogal, so with SO, he could do so much damage to Mangadai and even Paladins. And finally, Lix loses that castle, and this is just going to be a snowball effect now. More Bombard Towers, camp the Bombard Towers, send in Trebuchets, slowly but surely push in towards that trade, which is not that efficient anyway. Vivi, I mean, he hasn't gained more vills, but he's being stubborn, man. He's trying to use a Treb in the west to Treb Miguel's Trebs. He's repairing with a few vills. He will lose his castle, though.
I guess SY's game plan here is just hold until we, like... Yeah, hold until we get the trade numbers up, we get the walls up, and then hope for the best.
Exactly. And they're going to be holding for a while, because it's 54 trade cards for Riot, 50 for Dogal, Miguel's at 30, they have Spanish trade as well, and then it's 35 trade cards for Yo and 23 for Lix. There's really no way, with the amount of gold that the enemy team has and the amount of population, that they should be able to come back here. They can hold for a while and be stubborn, but
yeah,
they're just... You know what they could do? Have Miguel come to this side. Miguel's showing up here now. If it's Miguel, Dogal, and Riot, they should be able to push this, and Vivi's already been hurting. Also, I have to give credit to Brazil for their team walling, because another way that we could see the comeback is if Mangadai got into the trade. So Brazil's making sure that possibility is denied. And here goes Miguel. Miguel gonna kill the trebuchets. Will the castle go down? It will. Again, Yo forced to commit his expensive paladins versus the siege onagers, and he's just throwing paladins away when he does that. And now
Only
the
2
Trebs,
castles now.
Yep, the Trebs will advance. It's looking better and better for Brazil. This has not changed. This has got to be it, man. He's building another castle, but this has got to be it. Heavy
BB's
camels from Dogal.
pushing.
Yeah, let's go! Bombard Tower!
Bombard towers.
Oh man, he really tries, doesn't he?
Dude, I mean, he's keeping Miguel kind of out of the game.
Hey man, the gate is open. He can run in with the halves. Oh no, denied. Yeah, this castle will go down for licks. This castle will go down for licks. They cannot address this. Saracen Camels with 170 HP helps out so much versus the Paladins and the Mangadai. Licks is at 140 pop. Lowest pop for Brazil, 180, and that's Miguel. How much trade are they getting per trip here? 130 gold per trip with these trade cards. They probably over traded a little bit. At least Riot might have. 60
Spanish?
trade
Yeah.
cards with Spanish? That's a bit much, so he could even afford to delete that. But I think he instead could send resources to someone that might need it. Or buy stone, which he has been doing. So there's, I think, one more opportunity, and it's looking unlikely either way. Yo's going to try and fight with his paladins. He can't. The Mangadai, there's only 18 of them. I don't even know where they're at. Lix is going for Onager, but by the time he gets Onagers over here, not like it would matter anyway, he's going to lose his castles yet again.
Yeah, Miguel's in on the trade as well. Like, it's
This is
not
over.
looking good
Yeah.
at all.
They didn't give up last time, but I think this one will end a lot faster. They're right to be stubborn, because if they lose this best of 5, they're out of the tournament, which would, I think, be an upset. Like, as good as Brazil is, I think it would be an upset for Brazil to beat SY here. I think SY not getting into the Final Four would be a surprise.
Oh, Miguel's got so many paladins heading it towards Vivi right now.
Yeah,
Like,
he's gonna run right through. And Vivi, he's up to 77 bills. He's almost at 100 pop, but he cannot get back in this game. Everywhere he look, he's just building towers now. And this is where Koreans struggle. When they don't have good map control with the towers and castles, then there's not much they can do. Other civs outclass them. They don't get paladins. They don't get something as strong as conquistadors. Now, let's see. Okay, the Trebs go down once again for Riot. And Lix keeps his second castle alive, but now the camels just gonna come over to deal with this.
the other castle going down from Lix as well. They're almost into the trade.
Yep. The markets are right here. The Chukanus just need to sit in the trade. Just a matter of time now. This is one of those positions where Brazil can't really even throw, because they have an advantage in every single way. So Vivi can try and run, but he can't receive support. If he does receive support, then Lix just dies even faster, so... Really
This
going
has to
into
be
the trade now.
frustrating for
For
Brazil,
SY.
though.
Oh, for Brazil? Yeah, because SY won't
Because,
resign.
like, they never give up.
Yeah.
So it just gets tiring after a while, you know?
Yep. But
Like, just look at the mini-map right now.
look at the teal on the minimap.
Yeah.
This huge line of Riots who played ridiculously well last game with the sling and this game with the sling. Last game he was flank and he received it and he played well. This game he was pocket and he received the sling and he played well. What did he do? Sling first? I don't know, but I think it all came down to the fact that Vivi did not get a good foothold at Miguel's base. If you guys
Miguel played really, really well.
Oh, so good. If you guys think back to Tyrant and SY, it was game 2 on this map, and Vivi did a similar thing to Doubt. And Doubt had to run to the opposite corner. He was dead. But that did not happen to Miguel. Miguel stayed alive. And that was just due to great preparation. And also that Vil fight could have come down to Vil Micro just delaying the first couple towers from Vivi. I think the game would have been different if Miguel was struggling underneath towers, but he was not. All right, there's the KD. Miguel, 577 kills, 257 deaths. Look at Vivi's losses. 365 units lost. Impressive pushback from Brazil. Impressive decision to sling and then get Dogao into the game later on. So now, that's the end of Game 3. We will see Game 4. If Brazil wins this game or the next one, they advance to the semis versus Aftermath. And I think if you're Aftermath, you gotta be scared of both of these teams because they're both extremely strong.